Hey friends, have you ever dug through your purse or bag looking for your chapstick only to realize it disappeared into the void? Well, I have. So today I'm showing you how to sew this simple chapstick holder that clips right onto your keys, bag, or lanyard so it's easy to find. This is a quick, beginner-friendly project that you can sew in under 30 minutes, and it's a perfect way to use up your scrap fabric. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Ashley, and here on DIY with Ashley, I share sewing tutorials, crafts, and practical projects to help busy parents create, stay organized, and make everyday life a little easier. If you enjoy projects like this one, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Now, let's go over everything you'll need for this project. You'll need a fat quarter or less of cotton fabric. You'll also need a scrap of mid-weight interfacing that is 10 by 3 inches, a rotary cutter or scissors, sewing pins or sewing clips, a turning tool such as this point turner or a chopstick, an iron and an ironing board, matching thread and a sewing machine, and you'll also need a 1.5 inch wide D-ring clasp. To make it easier, I've linked all of the supplies I'm using in my Amazon storefront, which you can find in the top right corner of the screen and in the description box below. Now let's get started. For your pattern pieces, you're going to need to cut a front and a back, both measuring 4 inches by 2.5 inches, and you'll need to cut one piece of interfacing 4 inches by 2.5 inches. For the pocket, cut one piece of fabric 5.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Then cut a matching piece of interfacing, again 5.5 inches by 2.5 inches. To make the loop, you'll need to cut a piece of fabric that is 2.25 inches by 3 inches. For step number 1, we're going to apply the interfacing to our back piece. Make sure you follow the instructions for your interfacing. Then we're going to repeat this step for our pocket piece and apply the interfacing. The interfacing will give the chapstick holder some structure so it holds its shape over time. For step number 2, we're going to create the loop strap. We're going to start by folding it in half widthwise and use our iron to press and create a crease. Then we're going to open it up and fold the edges to the center of the crease and iron those edges. Be careful not to fold over the center that you just created. And repeat this step on the other side. Once we've ironed and made our creases, we're going to fold the edges towards the center and fold everything in half. Then we're going to take this piece to our machine and sew 1/8 of an inch away from the edge, top stitching to secure it closed. Now that our loop piece is finished, we're going to go ahead and add our hardware. Slide your loop over the D-ring and line up the edges of the loop. You can either pin it or clip it. Once we've secured the edges, we're going to place this to the side and take our back piece. Then find the center of your back piece by folding it in half widthwise. You can use chalk or a disappearing fabric pen to mark the center. And we're going to repeat this step with the loop piece and find the center and mark it as well. Then it's time to match the centers, making sure your hardware is facing downwards and you're matching up the raw edges. Then pin or clip everything in place. To secure everything, we're going to go ahead and take this to the machine and sew 1/8 of an inch away from the edge to baste it all together. For step number 3, we're going to go ahead and prepare the pocket piece. Now we're going to fold the pocket piece in half lengthwise. If you have a directional print like mine, make sure you're paying attention to the pattern. And then we're going to top stitch 1/8 of an inch away from the edge that we've just created to secure everything in place. For step number 4, we're going to assemble everything together. Position your pocket piece matching up the raw edges on the bottom. Then take your front piece and line up the edges on all sides. You can either use clips or pins to secure everything together. Lining up the edges might be tricky because the hardware adds bulk, so when you're pinning or clipping, just go slow and do the best you can to line up everything evenly. Once we have everything secured, we want to make sure we leave ourselves about a 2-inch opening on one of the sides so that we could turn this project right side out once we're done stitching. Now it's time to sew everything using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Don't forget you want to backstitch at the start and stop, and make sure you leave that 2-inch opening so we could turn this project right side out. Once everything is sewn, we can go ahead and clip our corners. Make sure you don't clip through the stitches. Then turn everything right side out through the opening. Turning everything right side out might take you a minute because everything is so bulky, so make sure you go slow and you don't break your stitches. When everything is turned right side out, grab your turning tool or chopstick to gently push out the corners. Make sure you don't push through the corner stitches though and accidentally create a hole. After we've pushed out the corners, we're going to go ahead and fold in those raw edges where the opening is and tuck everything in, and grab our iron to press everything flat. We want to press everything flat before we top stitch. Again, make sure all those raw edges are tucked nicely inside and iron over that section. Adjust if you need to so that everything lines up nicely, and then press everything flat. This next step will be the last step for this project. We're going to top stitch around the entire rectangle 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. This closes the opening and gives your holder a clean, professional finish. So make sure you sew slowly and carefully, especially around the corners. And that's it, your chapstick holder is finished. You can clip it onto your keys, purse, backpack, or bag so your chapstick is always easy to find. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Subscribing is a free way to help support my channel, but if you'd like to support my channel even more, you can check out my Ko-fi store, which will be linked in the description box below. If you'd like to see more scrap busting sewing projects, you can find a playlist with some of my other tutorials down in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy sewing!